Good evening, everybody. We're here at the 73rd Annual CASHION Achievement Day on the Friday night festivities. For tonight, we had the poultry show, the rabbit show, the horse show, and the dairy show. Only a few entries on those, and those were outside due to the size, so we didn't get to stream those for you, but Miss Drake is going to give me the results for those any minute now. Coming up here at 7 o'clock, we've got a senior recognition for Wyatt Collins, since he will be running for state secretary tomorrow, I believe, for the Oklahoma FFA. Let me make sure that's correct. Also at 7 o'clock, we have the always a big hit, the dog show, with our principal Ryan Shank as the judge. The rest of the events today will be ended after the dog show. The events tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m., will have the weigh-in and check-in of all livestock. At 9 a.m., the swine weights are due. 10 a.m., goat, sheep, and cattle weights are due. The swine judge and the cattle judge, goat judge, and sheep judge will all start 30 minutes after 10 a.m. The judge is Don Mitchell. There'll be a 30-minute lunch break following the pig show. Then we'll move on to goats, sheep, and cattle, followed by the Pee Wee and Celebrity Showmanship. Our two seniors this year are Tyndall Fields and Wyatt Collins. As we said before, Wyatt Collins is running for a state FFA office. I'm going to double check and make sure I got that right on which one it was. Yep, state secretary. So Wyatt from Old Cashion, Oklahoma is going to be running for Oklahoma State Secretary of the FFA. Here in about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll get kicked off with the senior recognition for Mr. Collins, and then we'll be right back with the dog show.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success, brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211.
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a CASHION-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment, 405-283-6565.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 73rd Annual CASHION Achievement Day. Like I had mentioned before, we just finished up with the poultry, rabbit, horse, and dairy aspect of the show. Those were all taking place outside, so we did not live stream those, but Miss Drake is going to get me the results of those here pretty quick. Also, earlier today, they had the Ag Mechanics competition, also to be announced tomorrow. Also tomorrow, they're going to announce this trap and skeet shooting contest that was taking place at Silverleaf. The superintendent for that was Mr. Chance Robinson. And after that, they're also going to announce the archery contest winners. What's left to have today at 7 o'clock, they're going to do a senior recognition for Mr. Wyatt Collins. Wyatt will not be here tomorrow because he's running for state FFA secretary. After that, it'll be followed up by the dog show where Principal Ryan Shank is the judge. Got my main man, Maddox Gibson, here on the camera. And then starting tomorrow at 8 a.m., all of the animal weigh-ins are due. The swine weigh-ins then followed at 9 o'clock, and then sheep, goat, and cattle weights are due after that. The judge is Don Mitchell. There'll be a 30-minute lunch break after the swine show. Goats, sheep, and cattle will follow. That will be followed by the Pee Wee and Celebrity Showmanship, as well as a senior recognition for Miss Tyndall Fields. As you'll see on your screen here, the big screen in the middle there, that's going to be our ring camera for tomorrow. The black box above me, that will be our camera on the opposite end of the ring, so you'll be able to see Hunter and I's booth here as well as a different angle for the pigs. And in the little corner here, you'll get to see Hunter and I's beautiful faces for the entire rest of the evening. While we're here, we're going to thank some more of our $150 level sponsors: Superior Pipeline, Piedmont Tag Agency, Mark and Brenda Adams, Double C Farms, State Representative Denise Crosswhite Hayter, the Carroll family, Jimmy Hafner, Robinson Farms, One Oak, Cash and Granite Feed, and All Star Plumbing. Those are just a few of our 150 level sponsors. We'll be mentioning several more of those people throughout the rest of the evening. Again, if you haven't gotten your Achievement Day dinner tickets on Sunday for the calf fry and barbecue dinner, you can contact any FFA member or Miss Drake to get your tickets. After that, that'll conclude the FFA events for the weekend. This is just the Friday festivities. Here comes Miss Drake now with some instructions for me. Again, that right after this, we'll deal with a senior recognition for Mr. Wyatt Collins, who's running for state FFA secretary. After that, we'll resume our dog show. It says here on the schedule that'll start at about 7 o'clock. The judge again for our dog show is Mr. Ryan Shank. I know he loves doing that. So we're going to take another quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain and Grange. Still the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
At Water Heater Man, we specialize in repairing and replacing all water heaters. We service the OKC Metro and surrounding towns with fast, reliable service. We keep our vans fully stocked with essential parts needed for basic repairs, and new tanks are always on the vans ready to go. We offer free estimates on all jobs with financing options available. We match manufacturer's warranty for all newly replaced water heaters. We'll get your water heater back up and running as fast as possible so you don't have to put your life on hold waiting for service. Give us a call today. 405-844-TANK. That's 405-844-8265. Go Wildcats!
Presenting Regato Ranch, located within the Cashion School District and offering homebuyers the experience of small-town charm with the modern world of shopping, dining, and healthcare just minutes away. Situated east of Highway 74, Regato Ranch boasts 1-acre home sites with privacy and ample space to retire or raise a family.
To build your next home from the ground up or to inquire about new properties currently for sale, contact Brandon or Shannon Cotter with Iron Creek Homes and C7 Realty.
Come find your forever home at Regato Ranch.
And go Wildcats!
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Communities.
All right, welcome back. Thank you for joining us for the Squirtle broadcast, Cashion Wildcat TV broadcast of the 73rd Annual Cashion Achievement Day. For the Friday line of events, earlier today they had the Ag Mechanics competition, the horse show, dairy show, rabbit and poultry show. The judges for that, for the dairy and horse show, was Mr. Rob Baumhoff. For the rabbit and poultry, it was Kiera Hattlestadt. For our dog show coming up at 7 o'clock, we have Mr. Ryan Shank. Right before that, we're going to do a 2023 senior recognition for Wyatt Collins. Wyatt is going to be gone tomorrow during the livestock show because he's running for state secretary of the Oklahoma FFA, so big congratulations to Wyatt. That's a huge accomplishment to even be in the running for that. Also, to announce the winners tomorrow, we're going to have the winners for the trap and shooting contest at Silverleaf and the archery contest. Superintendent for that was Mr. Chance Robinson. So that'll be all on the agenda for tomorrow, probably prior to the livestock show. And again, for the livestock show schedule on February 11th, we have 8 a.m. the weigh check-ins of the livestock, 9 a.m. the swine weights are due, 10 a.m. goat, sheep, and cattle weighs are due. Our judge is Mr. Don Mitchell. There'll be a 30-minute lunch break following the swine show. After that will be goats, sheep, and cattle. That will be followed by a peewee and celebrity showmanship. And also somewhere in the day tomorrow, we're going to recognize our other senior, Miss Tyndall Fields. And then for Sunday, to cap off the Achievement Day weekend, we have the Achievement Day dinner, February 12th at the school cafeteria. If you have not purchased tickets for that for your to-go plate or to just go ahead up there and go eat, then you can get with any of the FFA members or Miss Drake or anybody else involved with the FFA or 4-H. They can get you set up for that. You don't want to miss out on the calf fries and the delicious pulled pork and barbecue that everybody else is going to be working on tonight. Our competition coming up next after the senior recognition is the dog show, where we'll have the usual categories: longest tail, shortest tail, smallest dog, biggest dog, best trick, and costume. While we're waiting on everybody to get positioned before we do our senior recognition, we want to thank a couple more of our $150 sponsors. We'll mention these also tomorrow as well as we get on with our livestock show. The Sanders family, Rural Pest Solutions, the Chickering family, Amber Waswell Real Estate, Interbank, Stout Fire and Security, Chuck Cordes family, Peggy Cates, Wheeler Brothers, the Oakley family, Inlow Tractor Auction First of the Month, Stock Show Feed Supply, DoorTech, NAFTA Mud, and the Bailey Casey family. We appreciate everybody who helps sponsor this and makes it as awesome as it is. Maddox Gibson here, my cameraman behind me. Speaking of cameras, as you'll see on your screen here, the biggest screen is where the show ring is going to take place, and directly across from that is another camera, which is what that little black screen on top is going to be. We'll have two cameras running tomorrow, so that way Hunter and I, who's not here with me now, Hunter Collins and I will be able to go back and forth during the livestock show and as well as the Pee-wee showmanship, so we can get kind of the best angles. And of course, in your lovely little bottom screen, you'll have Hunter and I's beautiful faces for most of the day, We're going to kind of be scrunched up here on our little booth, but I'm sure that won't be a problem. As you can see on your camera here, we've got a lot of people that came out today for the rabbit, poultry, dairy, and horse competition, as well as a lot of people still coming in with dogs. Coach Hardaway just walked in with his little dog there. A lot of people. As we move on to the rest of the evening, there's only about 2 more events tonight. Again, that is senior recognition and the dog show. That'll be the end of Friday's broadcast of the Cash-In Achievement Day. We'll pick up again somewhere around 9 o'clock tomorrow before the official start of the livestock show. And again, that'll be Hunter Collins and I bringing you all of that. Before we take another commercial break and get started on our senior recognition, we want to thank some of our $100 level sponsors, Wiley and Miss Rita Carroll, Hope Bauer Poach, the Rother Brothers, F&M Bank, Steve and Robbie Foster, Randy and Deborah Hanel, Entrust Insurance, and a couple of our $50 sponsorships, Colleen Foster, Linda Rainey, P&K Equipment, Bank First of Kingfisher, Heim Orthodontics, and Bill and Karen Gilpin. Again, we couldn't make it possible without all of those sponsorships for not only just the trophies, but as well as all the money that goes into food, concession, the prizes, the banners that everybody gets. Behind me on the bench here, there's about 10 or 15 different awards that were made in the Ag Mechanics shop. So if you haven't got to see some of the cool stuff that the kids in the Ag Mechanics shop have made, I'm sure a lot of that's going to be displayed here tomorrow as well as throughout the week and at the Achievement Day dinner on Sunday. It's really pretty great. As far as what's coming up next for this evening, we've got, like I said, the senior recognition for Mr. Wyatt Collins. Wyatt is running for state FFA secretary, and if you don't know what that all entails, it is quite the rigorous process. It involves him and an advisor, or him just by himself, traveling to different schools around the state and campaigning, really, for this spot as a state FFA officer. And then once state convention happens at the end of May or right before school is out, everybody in the state of Oklahoma gets to vote on these FFA offices. And hopefully Wyatt will get to be one of those. I know that there's interview processes that they have to go to, several different rounds of it at state convention. So Wyatt's got a busy, busy spring coming up on top of the livestock that he's going to be exhibiting. So that's very exciting for Wyatt. As far as the rest of that goes, we should be coming up on our senior recognition here any minute. And after that, we'll move right into our dog show judged by Mr. Ryan Shank. We're going to take another quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Small town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
CASHION FBC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information, and we hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
And we're back. Like I said here, we're about to start on our senior recognition. But just throwing a little bit more information before we get started on the official Achievement Day weekend. At the end of the livestock show tomorrow, we're going to have the celebrity showmanship. That is where members of the FFA and 4-H nominate individuals in the community to exhibit different animals, cows, sheep, pigs, goats, you name it, the 9 yards. Not to give away all of them, but we do have a few. Mr. Leon Ashlock, Miss Courtney Wright, and Miss Courtney Chambers. Also on there, we have Usman Sahi and Mr. John Schaefer from the co-op, as well as a couple others on there as well. Tomorrow at around 9 o'clock or 9:15, somewhere in that ballpark, Hunter Collins and I will be on here kind of giving the lowdown on the livestock show. If you don't know anything about it, be prepared to learn a lot of things. And if you do know something about it, at least you can get a laugh out of Hunter and I, hopefully not making a fool out of ourselves. While we're waiting on Miss Drake to go ahead and give the signal for what's next on the evening, we want to thank our sponsorships for the championship trophies for our livestock show tomorrow in advance. Again, we'll mention these tomorrow, but it is extremely important that these people do this, and we're all very thankful that they do it. For our Champion U, it's sponsored by Representative Denise Cross White-Hader. Grand Champion Breeding Doe, sponsored by the Peterson family. Grand Champion Gilt, sponsored by the Chickering family. Grand Champion Heifer, sponsored by the Hamill family. Grand Champion Steer, sponsored, in memory of Chuck Cordes Sr., I apologize. Grand Champion Barrow, sponsored by Cash and Grain and Feed. Grand Champion Weather Goat, sponsored by the LeBlue family. And the Champion Weather Lamb, sponsored by the Oakley family. We've listed off several of our sponsors already in the evening, and we're all extremely thankful for everything that they do. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back.
Career Tech's been serving up skills to doers just like you for over 100 years.
But this ain't your great Grammys and Pop Tech school.
Oklahoma's favorite place to learn new skills keeps learning new tricks. Everyone knows the best way to learn is to do it yourself. Sir, you okay? Because you shouldn't have to wait to do what you love. Whatever you choose to do, do you. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Kyle and Gina Van Druff have the answers to all your real estate and insurance needs. These guys will have you covered in a one-stop shopping experience. They are local agents, local supporters, and active in the CASHION community. They are also proud parents of past and present CASHION students. Kyle and Gina help their clients make the right choice. Don't wait till it's too late. Call 405-607-4300. Go Wildcats and number 88. Let's have a great year.
Walk it up. Get you some.
Now is the time to protect your family with Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Internet security is becoming more of a fear every day. Protect your family against malware, viruses, intrusions, cyber attacks, and more. Modern internet deserves modern security. Get the best of both worlds with Pioneer in-home Wi-Fi and the Smart Wi-Fi app. Download the Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app today or visit gopioneer.com for more information.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Storm season is coming, people, and your first choice for roofing needs should be Rhino Roofing. Locally owned and operated, the Rhino specializes in all types of repair and replacement. Large scale, traditional, modern, unique roof lines, they can do it all. Protect your home and your family with the specialized services of Rhino Roofing. Visit our Facebook page today and make an appointment. Rhino Roofing is all the hype for any roof type.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports CASHION High School. Go Wildcats!
Legacy Insurance and Financial Services is proud to be on Main Street in Cashion, Oklahoma, supporting our Wildcats while writing business throughout Oklahoma and surrounding states. Legacy agents who share over 40 years of experience will shop many carriers to fulfill all of your insurance and investment needs. We welcome face-to-face meetings, but if your needs require an online virtual relationship, we are versed at those too. Let the team of Chris Gibson, Chris Cochran, Aaron Phoenix, and Christina Branson at Legacy Insurance and Financial Services help you build your own legacy, one you will be proud to live and to leave.
All right, we're back. Like I said, we're waiting on our dog show superintendent to get everything organized here. And like I mentioned a couple other times, we're going to do a senior recognition for Wyatt Collins because he won't be here tomorrow because he's running for state FFA secretary. And I kind of botched what all that involved. I was half right, but it involves an interview process, an FFA knowledge test. You have to give a speech, and you have to make it in the top 3 by the nomination committee for that office. Isn't that right, Ms. Drake?
That is it, yeah.
That's quite the deal. So what made Wyatt decide he kind of wanted to do that?
It was back at alumni camp this summer, and Wyatt kind of hit me up with the idea of him running for state office. Kind of weighed the pros and cons of it, and I think his heart and his passion is in FFA, and so he let me know that he was for sure serious about running for state office, and we contemplated for a long time between him running for a district office or a statewide office because state FFA secretary is for the entire state.
Right.
So.
And they've kind of got a full load. I remember in alumni camp, forever ago it seems like those guys are there for, I think it's like 3 weeks out of the summer that they're there for alumni camp. So it's not just, you're nominated for an office and you don't have to kind of do anything. They kind of have to give up the whole first year almost after they graduate kind of being state FFA officer. So that's crazy impressive by Wyatt, and best of luck to him, obviously.
Yeah, we want to wish him a lot of luck tomorrow and remain calm and steady in his interview process. His speech is great. I've got to hear it many times. Miss Blosser has been awesome at helping us this year with getting Wyatt ready for his speech for tomorrow. So we're pretty excited. We want to cheer him on and wish him the best of luck. And unfortunately, I can't get both seniors together at the same time, but we'll honor him tonight, and we'll honor Tyndall tomorrow.
I'll have Wyatt's better half, Hunter, with me tomorrow for the little livestock judging deal. And knock on wood. So after someone makes it through the nomination committee and gets in the top 3 after that, then you really have to kind of campaign and go to different FFA chapters and talk as why they should vote for you at state convention, right?
Oh yeah, we hit the road hard.
Hit the road.
Yep.
Campaigning, grassroots movement.
We'll hit a lot of speech contests and all of our interscholastics and things like that. We're going to hit them anyways, whether Wyatt makes it past non-com or not. So we've got a lot of kids.
I was going to say, it sounds like Wyatt's going to have a pretty busy spring area.
Mm.
Speaking of spring, we're right now in the throes of all the livestock stuff coming up, right?
Oh,
we're in it.
We're deep in it.
We're deep in it.
Yep.
Speaking of all the livestock stuff, I know Chris tomorrow before the actual livestock show, he's going to go with the portable camera and kind of walk through all the facilities, since this is really the only barn that we've kind of gotten to see the last couple of years. But, I mean, just the stuff that you've done with the ag shop, with the ag mechanics and the welding and everything else, this show barn, the greenhouse, the animal barn where everything else is kept. I mean, how do you not go crazy managing all of this?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's time consuming.
I could imagine.
So every building basically gets a walkthrough at least once a day. Sometimes it's in the morning, sometimes it's in the evening. The greenhouse right now, we're going through it twice a day, checking plants, making sure heaters are running because we keep getting these cold snaps. And all of our plants are coming in and we're getting everything planted. So show barn, when it's not full and busy, it's easy to do a walkthrough just to check everything out. Hog barn next to us. Our new barn is our goat barn.
The goat barn?
Yeah, it's our new build. If you drive straight up the driveway, you'll run right into it. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, old goat barn. We didn't have very many goats when Hunter and I were showing back in the day. You had a few, not very many though. But as far as not only that, you have, how many classes do you teach a day?
6.
6 classes, so you walk through all the facilities at least once a day, teach 6 classes, and then on top of that you take kids to archery contests, shooting contests, speech contests, annual judging contests. What other contests am I missing?
We have a floriculture team.
Floriculture team.
Yeah. We have a lot of stuff going. So
if you're not getting the message, the Give Holly Drake a Raise campaign starts right now, actually.
Or a day off.
Or a day off.
Yeah.
As far as being at CASHION, this is your 4th year?
4th year, 21st year teaching.
4th year, 21st year teaching. And you were at Luther for how long before
17.
this? 17 years. So why the change from Luther to CASHION?
That happened when my stepdad passed away.
Right.
So I had to come back and help my family get through all of that. So and it worked out because the job became open whenever I was moving back. And so, had to come back and try to help my family get their feet back underneath them. And I never actually thought I would end up back in CASHION. I taught 17 years at Luther and everything was going. And, I never really thought I would leave Luther. That was my boys' place. They were born there and that's all they knew. And then I picked them up, moved them here, and it was kind of a transition shock, but we've all adjusted. So
pretty good, I'd say, right?
Yeah, it's a lot different than it used to be, though.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to somebody earlier. They were like, I can't believe how small it still is. I was like, this is not small compared to it was when Hunter and I were in school or even years before that, which is crazy. But, I mean, it still has its small-town charm and everything else like that, I'd say, probably. As far as you were talking about, you were at Luther for 17 years. Didn't you have – you had a couple kids that did state FFA offices, didn't you?
I had one girl that made a state FFA officer one year. Yeah, that was a few years ago. And honestly, she's student teaching right now too. So she's hopefully going to end up in the ag ed field. And
there you go. What was her name, by the way?
Michaela Parsons.
I think she might have been at alumni camp one of the years I was there.
Okay.
I'm not for sure. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah.
But so tomorrow, what time are we saying we're going to start tomorrow for the livestock stuff?
Well, we're going to start at 10, but we're going to introduce Tyndall, our senior that we're going to honor tomorrow.
Right.
And then we're going to give out our shooting awards from last weekend. We had that shooting contest last weekend. We did trap shooting over at Guthrie at Silverleaf. And the kids, it was so cold that morning, but they still pulled it together and shot really well. I'm super impressed with how Maddox showed up that day. And
I know, I'm not going to spoil it, but Maddox was bragging about how well he did.
Yeah, he come in and beat some runner-up state champions, so put a little.
Maddox might have found his niche in the shooting.
Yeah, he showed up, so that was pretty cool. And then at 1 o'clock last Saturday, we did the archery contest in our shops. So.
And then today at 3 was the ag mechanics contest, right?
Yes.
What all did that entail? I didn't make it over there to see all the stuff.
We only had 4 projects entered for the ag mechanics. It was a little low this year. And honestly, those are all from 8th grade and freshmen. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, and trying to get my high school kids motivated to the ag mechanics is a little rough right now. But the 8th grade and freshmen built some really awesome projects. We were actually talking about bringing them up here so that they could be shown, because they are really cool. Bringing them up here and showing them off, so that, and then also announcing who won the Grand and Reserve on those as well. So
a lot of stuff tomorrow. That's going to be before the pig show.
yes.
Boom.
So we'll say 10:30 on the pig show.
10:30 on the pig show. We can work with that. So before we go to a quick commercial break, as far as just all the different kind of stuff that you've got going on, everything else, what's, other than, like, obviously we're in show season right now, among other things, what's one of your favorite things besides the livestock deal that you enjoy doing as far as being an advisor?
Oh, I love the shooting sports.
The shooting sports?
Yes. I mean, the show deal is neat. You get to see kids show off their hard work and how they can take care of an animal. Shooting sports, it's just a kid and their talent right there on the spot. And our archery team actually is shooting Tuesday in the regionals. We qualified, and so our junior team shoots at 1 o'clock, senior team shoots at 2 down at the state fairgrounds. So. Well,
that'll be exciting.
Yep.
Well, covered a lot of ground right there. I think it's about, let me look, it's about 6:38, so here hopefully in about 20 minutes we'll do Wyatt senior recognition and again get to talk about his state FFA officer road he's got ahead of him for tomorrow. So, Ms. Drake, thanks for killing some time with us.
You bet.
All right, we'll be right back.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211.
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a CASHION-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment, 405-283-6565.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain and Grange. Still the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
At Water Heater Man, we specialize in repairing and replacing all water heaters. We service the OKC Metro and surrounding towns with fast, reliable service. We keep our vans fully stocked with essential parts needed for basic repairs, and new tanks are always on the vans ready to go. We offer free estimates on all jobs with financing options available. We match manufacturer's warranty for all newly replaced water heaters. We'll get your water heater back up and running as fast as possible so you don't have to put your life on hold waiting for service. Give us a call today. 405-844-TANK. That's 405-844-8265. Go Wildcats!
Presenting Regato Ranch, located within the
Yeah,
Cashion
I
School
didn't say how you
District,
did.
offering homebuyers the experience of small town charm with the modern world of shopping, dining, and healthcare just minutes away. Situated east of Highway 74, Regato Ranch boasts 1-acre home sites with privacy and ample space to retire or raise a family.
To build your next home from the ground up or to inquire about new properties currently for sale, contact Brandon or Shannon Cotter with Iron Creek Homes and C7 Realty.
Come find your forever home at Regato Ranch.
And go Wildcats!
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
CASHION FBC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information, and we hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
Oklahoma Career Tech's been serving up skills to doers just like you for over 100 years.
But this ain't your great Grammys and Pop Tech school.
Oklahoma's favorite place to learn new skills keeps learning new tricks. Everyone knows the best way to learn is to do it yourself. Sir, you okay? Because you shouldn't have to wait to do what you love. Whatever you choose to do, do you. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC Metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Kyle and Gina Van Druff have the answers to all your real estate and insurance needs. These guys will have you covered in a one-stop shopping experience. They are local agents, local supporters, and active in the Cashion community. They are also proud parents of past and present Cashion students. Kyle and Gina help their clients make the right choice. Don't wait till it's too late. Call 405-607-4300. Go Wildcats and number 88. Let's have a great year.
Walk it up, get you some.
Now is the time to protect your family with Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Internet security is becoming more of a fear every day. Protect your family against malware, viruses, intrusions, cyber attacks, and more. Modern internet deserves modern security. Get the best of both worlds with Pioneer in-home Wi-Fi and the Smart Wi-Fi app.
All right, we are back. Fix my microphone there so I'm not yelling. We are about to kick off the dog show with the senior recognition for Wyatt Collins. If you missed Miss Drake a couple of minutes ago explaining quite the process that Wyatt has to go through for what he's doing. He is running for state FFA secretary. What that involves is he has to go in for an interview process. After that, has to pass an FFA knowledge test. He also has to give a speech, and then he has to be voted in the top 3 by the nomination committee just for him to move out of that stage and get to the point to where he's campaigning, giving speeches at contests, and traveling around the state before the state convention at the end of this year. So we want to wish Wyatt the absolute best of luck in that. I know he'll do great. I'm sure we may be able to get him on before or after or during the dog show, depending on how quickly Mr. Shank, our judge, gets through that. Again, the dog show, as usual, like it's been the last several years, is longest tail, shortest tail, biggest dog, smallest dog, best costumes, and best trick. So that'll be coming up here in a little bit. We want to thank some of our sponsors while we're here waiting for either of those to happen. Our 150 level sponsorships, which we'll mention throughout this weekend. Superior Pipeline, Piedmont Tag Agency, Mark and Brenda Adams, Double C Farms, State Representative Denise Crosswhite Hayter, the Carroll family, Jimmy Hafner, Robinson Farms, One Oak, Cash and Grain and Feed, and All-Star Plumbing. To fast forward a little bit to tomorrow morning for the livestock portion of Achievement Day, we're going to start off the day with weigh-ins for the animals, obviously, and then while those animals are getting weighed in and they're getting classes broken down and set up, we are going to announce the winners for the skeet shooting competition, as well as the archery competition and the ag mechanics competition. So a lot of awards to give out tomorrow, and a lot of first place, reserve, and all those will be given out before the livestock show. That will be followed by the swine livestock show. The judge for that is Mr. Rob Mitchell. After that, we will move on to the sheep, goat, and cattle portion of the show. There'll be a 30-minute lunch break just prior to that. We will also recognize at some point tomorrow, probably before the swine show, Miss Tyndall Fields, the other senior in the FFA this year. Both Tyndall and Wyatt have worked really hard these last several years at really, being the best FFA students that they can be, and it's important that we get to recognize them, so I'm glad that Miss Drake is doing that. Also, we want to thank our judges for our rabbit, poultry, horse, and dairy contest we had earlier today before we went live. Our rabbit and poultry judge was Miss Kira Hadelstadt. Our horse and dairy judge was Rob Baumhoff. We want to thank both of them for giving their time to judge that. Again, we'll have the results for those also tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, before we go live with Hunter and I here at the livestock show, we'll go over all those awards, and Hunter and I will kind of break down how these livestock show works. If you've never watched one before or never listened to one before, Hunter and I get kind of into it sometimes, maybe more than we should. So if you learn nothing else, at least you'll get a laugh out of Hunter and I. Again, we want to thank Mr. Drake for asking Hunter and I to come do this every year. We really enjoy doing it. It's a whole lot of fun for us, and we're really glad that she keeps asking us to do it. I also want to thank Chris Gibson and Neiman Abavi for helping set this up on almost short notice today. Sometimes the technical problems we run into are things we don't really see happening, so I'm glad that they both have the patience to deal with that. Also, thank you to Maddox Gibson behind me here. He's going to be my cameraman today and tomorrow. We'll also have another camera tomorrow set up, that black screen right above you there. That will be a second camera showing the show ring and the crowd around the arena. And like I said before, the small little screen on your left there will be Hunter and I's beautiful faces for the duration of the livestock show tomorrow. Again, we want to thank our judge, Ryan Shank, for judging the dog competition. That's always been a big hit every year. As you can see on your screen there's a lot of people that come out for this, and that's not even the full show arena yet. Again, all of our categories are longest tail, shortest tail, biggest dog, smallest dog, best costume, and best trick. Ms. Drake and them are getting ready to finish the registration, and we should get started here momentarily with either Wyatt Senior Recognition or the dog show. Stay tuned.
Download the Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app today, or visit gopioneer.com for more information.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Storm season is coming, people, and your first choice for roofing needs should be Rhino Roofing. Locally owned and operated, the Rhino specializes in all types of repair and replacement. Large scale, traditional, modern, unique roof lines, they can do it all. Protect your home and your family with the specialized services of Rhino Roofing. Visit our Facebook page today and make an appointment. Rhino Roofing is all the hype for any roof type.
And we're back. We're currently waiting on our dog show judge to get here so that he can kick off this competition. As you can see, Maddox here painting around the arena here. We've got a lot of people that came out for the dog show. It's one of those things that started off as kind of a joke but gets bigger and bigger every year, it seems like. After the dog show, we'll do our senior recognition for Wyatt Collins. Just a little background on Wyatt before we do the senior recognition. Wyatt is the son of Jerry and Sylvia. He's been showing livestock for the last 6 years. Wyatt's advice to future showmen is to not look at the end goal, but only at the next step ahead. The accomplishment Wyatt is most proud of is winning the CASHION Achievement Day show 3 years in a row with 2 different species. Like I said before, Wyatt is running for state FFA office here coming up, so he will not be here tomorrow. Tomorrow he has to go through an interview committee, speeches, as well as an FFA knowledge test, and then be voted in the top 3 for that committee. And knock on wood, when he makes it out of that, he'll then start kind of blazing the trail as far as campaigning goes around the state for that state FFA office. Okay. You got it. So while we're waiting on our dog show judge to get here, we're going to go ahead and do the senior recognition for Wyatt Collins and talk about him just a little bit. We'll be right back.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports CASHION High School. Go Wildcats!
Legacy Insurance and Financial Services is proud to be on Main Street in CASHION, Oklahoma, supporting our Wildcats while writing business throughout Oklahoma and surrounding states. Legacy agents who share over 40 years of experience will shop many carriers to fulfill all of your insurance and investment needs. We welcome face-to-face meetings, but if your needs require an online virtual relationship, we are versed at those too. Let the team of Chris Gibson, Chris Cochran, Aaron Phoenix, and Christina Branson at Legacy Insurance and Financial Services help you build your own legacy, one you will be proud to live and to leave.
We're going to begin our senior recognition for Mr. Wyatt Collins. Wyatt is the son of Jerry and Sylvia Collins. Wyatt has been showing livestock for the last 6 years. Wyatt's advice to future showmen is to not look at the end goal, but only at the next step ahead. The accomplishment that Wyatt is most proud of is winning the CASHION Achievement Day show 3 years in a row with 2 different species. Wyatt plans to attend Oklahoma State University and major in ag communications or ag business. Wyatt would like to thank his parents and Miss Drake for always supporting him with every decision he has made. Again, Wyatt will not be here with us tomorrow as Wyatt is campaigning for state FFA secretary. For those of you that don't know what that entails, that involves an interview process, an FFA knowledge test, a speech, and then you have to be voted out of the top 3 by the nomination committee. And then after that, it involves campaigning to different ag chapters around the state, as well as speech contests, and many, many other things before state convention. Let's give a round of applause to Mr. Wyatt Collins. Ms. Tammy Brona here is kind enough to hand me the itinerary for the dog show. The first category is going to be the smallest dog. The second category will be the largest dog. We're currently just waiting on our dog judge to get here. I believe that is Mr. Shank, but unless something has changed. Yeah. He is almost here. While we're waiting on that livestock show or the dog show to kick off, we'll go over our trophy sponsors for tomorrow's livestock show. Again, without our sponsors, the exhibitors couldn't have the banners that they have and then the awards that they get that were made in the Ag Mechanic shop. For our Champion U, it is sponsored by Representative Denise Cross-White-Hater. Grand Champion Breeding Doe, sponsored by the Peterson family. Grand Champion Gilt, sponsored by the Chickering family. The Grand Champion Heifer is sponsored by the Hamill family. The Grand Champion Steer is in memory of Chuck Cordes Sr. The Grand Champion Barrow is sponsored by Cash and Grain and Feed. The Grand Champion Weather Goat, sponsored by the LeBleu family. And the Grand Champion Weather Lamb, sponsored by the Oakley family. Again, without their sponsorships, these kids couldn't get the plaques, the banners, and the awards that they get every year, and Miss Drake does a fantastic job at that. If you don't know what any of the things I just said were as far as species and the type of animal they are, stay tuned for Hunter and I's broadcast of the livestock show tomorrow. We're going to start that at about 10:30. Hunter and I will probably go live beforehand to give out the awards for the shooting competition, the archery competition, as well as the Ag Mechanics competition. And I believe the poultry, rabbit, cattle, and horse competition that we had earlier today. So a lot of stuff going on tomorrow beforehand, before the livestock show actually starts. We'll probably get to talk to Miss Drake again, as well as Hunter and I will kind of break down how a livestock show works. We'll get to introduce our judge. And then after the livestock show, of course, we'll have our Pee Wee showmanship and our junior showmanship, as well as our celebrity showmanship. We're going to take a quick commercial, and then I'll be right back with Wyatt, and he can tell us a little bit more about what made him want to do the state officer route and kind of what he's looking forward to. All right, while we're waiting on our dog judge to get here, Mr. Shank, who is apparently almost here, we got to talk with Wyatt. Miss Drake was up here a little bit earlier talking about Wyatt, how you kind of decided that you wanted to run for state FFA office, and beforehand she kind of mentioned you were thinking about like a district office. What kind of led into that decision?
Yeah, so I don't know. What inspired me to get into ag in the first place was like the leadership camps and conferences that you attend to, and the state office was always there.
Right.
They're like the head front that you see every time you go to a leadership conference stuff, and I thought, like, why not do that with my life, and why not try to give it everything I got to do it. So that's what inspired me to do it.
And so is this your first year or second year going to alumni camp?
This is my third year. I went my 8th grade year, and then COVID canceled it, and then junior and senior year I went.
Okay. So as far as everything that entails the officer getting to the point where you could even compete with that, Miss Drake mentioned that it was going to be an interview process, and then you have to give a speech, and then you also have to have an FFA knowledge test. What does that kind of look like?
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll go in and we'll take a test, a 100-point test, 100-question test over just basic history of FFA. And then after we do that, we'll go into it's called a round-robin interviews with 10 committee members. So it's 5 FFA members across the state and then 10 senior FFA advisors and such. And basically it's 5 interviews with each of them, and you sit down and they ask you a variety of questions over FFA, your own personal life.
Just anything they want.
Everything they want, anything you want. So as you're prepping for this, you have no clue what you're prepping for, honestly, because they could ask you about anything. And then after that, then you do a speech in front of all 10 of them, and then they hit you some with more questions after that.
Questions about your speech?
Yeah.
How long does your speech have to be?
2 minutes. So you have to fit everything, 2 minutes of why you're running, why you did FFA, why you're so inspired to do it in 2 minutes, and hopefully they get the message across.
And then you also have to do that in a way that makes you stand out above the other people who are doing it.
Yes. So, I mean, you're focused on your voice, you're focused on your presence, anything to make you stand out compared to the other 20 people that are there today.
So this is going to be quite the process for you tomorrow. And this is all happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 7 a.m., and I won't get it done until about 12:30.
Good Lord. Yeah, that's a long day. So on top of that, how many animals are you showing this year?
I'm showing 2. So, of course, I won't be here showing hogs tomorrow, but I'll show 2. I have 2 crossbred gilts. And, so I'll have someone else show for me tomorrow. But after that, showing, and then speech season's right around the corner. And CDE contest, and then plus on top of it, if I make Pass Nomcom tomorrow, state office campaigning.
So state office campaigning, have you and Mr. Rick kind of talked about what that looks like if you get through this initial phase of it?
Yeah, so if I get through this initial phase of it, our only motto is do everything you can and go to everything you can. So
right.
and I'm running statewide, so I'm not just going to our district.
No, you've got to go all over the place.
all over state. I'm going as far as Durant to Guyman, and just putting myself out there.
And then once you get to, if I'm not mistaken, once you get to state FFA convention, once you get there, the top 3 of that office also have to do interviews again, don't they? And also they have to do speeches?
So, yeah, you'll do a whole speech in front of the whole convention hall. So that's about 3,000 FFA members. And then 2 members from each town that has an FFA chapter will vote on you, and the 3 other members running for your spot. So it's up to, your speech that you're given, you'll get the exact same speech and just hope it speaks to the 10 panel judges the same way it spoke to 430 FFA members.
Wow, that's super impressive. Mm-hmm. So how long have you been working on your speech as far as what you kind of wanted to say and everything else?
Yeah, so I've worked on my speech. I had a rough idea after alumni camp this year. That's kind of when I first was like, I definitely was going to run. And then so after that, I started my speech. And it kind of just built over time. So, and then I kind of wrapped it up towards December, and then I mastered it by January and have been giving it to people ever since.
So as far as alumni camp go, for people that have never been before, what is that experience kind of like?
The best way I can sum up alumni camp is you're going in there and you get put in a small group with 12 other individuals, and you are best friends by the end of the 4 days after that. And you don't know how it happened, but it does, and it's quite amazing. And the other 400 members in your session plus 4 times 400, that's like 1,600 FFA members are the exact same experience of, you're not going to, don't know what you're doing, don't know who you're going to meet, and then you walk out with lifelong friends after that.
That's awesome. Well, I guess we're going to start our dog show here. Wyatt, thank you for coming over and talking to us and kind of explaining your journey, hopefully, to state FFA secretary.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, we're jumping into our first category of the smallest dogs here. Again, thank you to Wyatt for coming over and kind of explaining what his FFA officer journey looks like.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our client.
Mr. Shank, our official judge, has arrived. Again, a huge thank you. We'd also like to welcome our official dog show judge, Mr. Ryan Shank. Okay. We have our results for the smallest dog competition. In third place, we have Ashlyn with Remy. In second place, we have Lindley with Gypsy. And in first place, we have Eli with Bella. Eli Smalley with Bella. Our next competition up is the largest dog competition. Following the largest dog, the shortest tail will be next. We have our results for the largest dog. In third place, we have Ashlyn with Lucky. In second place, we have Lillian with Bear. And in first place, we have Morgan with Otter. Again, this next category will be the shortest tail category. I mentioned it earlier as it started. We want to thank Mr. Shank for giving up his Friday evening to come be our official dog judge. I believe he was that the last 2 years, I think. So we really appreciate Mr. Shank kind of giving up either his Saturday mornings or this year his Friday evenings to come be here back in CASHION and judge these competitions for these kids. I know that they really appreciate it, and so does everybody else. While Mr. Shank is finishing up literally with a tape measure, measuring these shortest dog tails, we just want to thank everybody for coming out and doing this. Normally this event is held Saturday morning before all of the livestock stuff happens, so it's a little bit hectic usually. And this year they decided to do it on Friday evening along with some of the other competitions such as the poultry, dairy, horse, and rabbit show. That on top of our senior recognition for Wyatt Collins and his awesome story about how he's running for state FFA secretary. I'm so glad we got to hear from him and Miss Drake. While Mr. Shank is finishing up measuring the shortest dog tails, a little backstory on Achievement Day history. So this is the 73rd annual Achievement Day, and a long time ago, as far back I can remember, the dog show was held on Friday night, and it used to be held in the old ag shop. So they would take all of the welding stuff and everything out of the ag shop and build a kind of a makeshift ring with those old wooden bleachers and everything else in there, and people would come up on a Friday evening and do that. And then the next day they would rearrange everything and tear it all down, and in the ag shop right outside the ag classroom is where they would have the livestock show. Over there the animals were kept in the old bus barn, had no running water out there except for outside, so you had makeshift pens with water hoses. It was in either late January or February, freezing cold all the time. And then the next morning you had all of the other events, and it was usually freezing cold, and you had to walk all your animals through sleet, ice, mud, you name it, into a dirty sand ring, and they would have a show all day that day. And then right after that, several of the dads would get together and smoke pork butts all night for the meal the next day. And then the next day, people would come up and sit in the same show ring where they just did a hog show on Sunday afternoon and bred calf rise for 5 or 6 hours for the calf fry dinner. So it's got a long-standing tradition of being quite the weekend for Achievement Day. And I know that every ag teacher, including Miss Drake, has threatened to retire over it many, many times. I think we may have some results here for our shortest tail. And we've got our results for the shortest tail. In third place, we have Colson with Bella. In second place, we have Axel with Jester. In first place, we have Gray Edgman with Poppy. We're going to move on to the longest tail next. as our longest-tailed dogs make their way into the ring. At the end of the dog show, this will be the end of today's festivities. We'll make several announcements before we go into tomorrow. The order of events tomorrow is looking like the animals will weigh in around 8 o'clock, and then those weights will be due by 9. Between 9:45 and 10:45, we will announce the winners to our shooting contest, our archery contest, and our ag mechanics contest, as well as the poultry, rabbit, horse, and dairy contest. So a lot of announcing for winners of today's events tomorrow before the show. And then before that show kicks off with the swine, a.k.a. the pigs. We will do a senior recognition for Tyndall Fields. Any downtime we have in there, Hunter and I will kind of break down the way that these livestock show works. Some of the terminology we'll probably throw around as the pig show starts. Typically in places like this, the pigs are the biggest show and the longest show because there's different breeds, different categories. Following the pigs show or the swine show, there will be a 30-minute lunch break. We'll probably go to commercial or have some interviews during that time. After that, we will have the goats, sheep, and cattle portion of the show. Following that, we will have our celebrity showmanship competition, which is members of the community that are nominated by people to come show various animals. If they chicken out, they have to pay a certain amount of money. Before that, they do the junior showmanship, which is the FFA members competing in showmanship. And the junior showmanship is the 4-H members, I apologize. And the senior showmanship is the FFA members. After that, it is the Pee-wee showmanship, which is always a great time. People get their little kids out there showing animals, and it's usually quite a mess. After that, we'll announce the winners for all the shows, thank all of our sponsors, of course, and then we'll make some announcements regarding the Achievement Day calf fry and pulled pork dinner on Sunday. After the longest tail category, we'll move into the best trick and the best costume category. Our esteemed officials seem to be calculating the results.
All right, so in third place.
We have our results for the longest tail. In third place, we have Zoe with Max with 21 inches and 3/8. In second place, we have Lillian with Bear with 21 inches and 1/2. And in first place, we have Ashlyn Cordis with Lucky with 22 inches. The next category will be Best Trick. Again, that next category is Best Trick.
You pick out which one you want in order. We'll go by audience applause. So, the louder the audience is, the better it is.
Golden.
I just want to come over and check it out. It's pretty impressive.
Next, could we get Ava and Sable? Next, we're going to have Kaiser and Mabel.
Nope. Scratch.
We'll give them a second to get over there. Can we get Molly and Blissa? Oh, we've got some props set up here. This could be interesting. Now can we get Kaiser and Mabel? And then next, can we get Bree and Blaze? We could have all the competitors for best trick come back out, please, so we can give out our gifts. Let's give everybody another round of applause. We have our results for best trick. In third place, we have Rhett with Cooper. In second place, we have Bree with Blaze. And in first place, we have Molly Mays with Blissa. For the final category, we have Best Costume. For the final category of the dog show, we have Best Costume. Again, that's a matching costume with their owner. While they're getting those 14 contestants to come into the ring, we'll go through a quick little briefing on what entails after this. After this will be the end of the dog show. We'll make a few announcements as far as tomorrow's events go. Tomorrow is the livestock portion of Achievement Day. Hopefully the livestock show will start with the pigs or the swine at around 10:30. Prior to that, we'll give out awards for the other events that took place today, such as the shooting sports and the ag mechanic competition, as well as some of the other smaller competitions we had today. Again, we'll start off with the pigs tomorrow. Hunter and I will bring you all of the action and what little insight we have, hopefully, on the pigs and all the other animals that they have, the pigs, the swine, a.k.a., and that'll be followed by a lunch break and then the goats, sheep, and cattle portion of the show. See, we got a Sleeping Beauty, or not Sleeping Beauty, Belle and the Beast, a pirate and a parrot. I believe that's E.T. with the French Bulldog in the basket there. The world's smallest dog in the circus costume. I believe that is a Ghostbusters and a slime costume. We have Jesse and Woody after that, a convict and a police dog. I believe the pug next to that is Indiana Jones. Here to my left, right in front of Maddox, we have a Patrick Mahomes dog. We have a Superman and Wonder Woman dog. A Dalmatian costume. And a Fiona and Shrek costume. Again, just a huge thank you to everybody that comes out every year and does the dog show. It's always a huge, huge hit every year. Yeah, I will. While we calculate the results for the best costume, we have some results for the rabbit competition earlier today. The Grand Rabbit goes to Logan Thomas, and Reserve goes to Kathleen Hamill. Yeah, for both. Results from the poultry competition also earlier today. We have Caroline Oakley winning Grand and Reserve. Also some results from our dairy competition earlier today. Zoe Cox wins the dairy competition. And some final results from our horse competition we had earlier today. Grand horsemanship goes to Kaiser Stout. Reserve Grand goes to Hudson Mays. Best showmanship goes to Kaiser Stout. And the fuzziest horse goes to Tinley Roberts. Tinley Roberts, sorry. My handwriting got the better of me. After much deliberation, we have our results for the best costume. In third place, we have Hattie with Birdie. In second place, we have Abby with Max. And in first place, we have Tinley Roberts with Buddy and Leo.
First place winners, that the box of cookies are actually human consumption, and then the white bone cookies are actually meant to be eaten by people too.
Okay. Just a public service announcement. The cookies as well as the white dog cookies are for human consumption. The winner of the Dog Goodie Basket raffle is Ashlyn Cordis. Do what? 10.
We got dog treats on the side. If anybody has dog testing, can come and have a treat.
There are also some dog treats on the side. Don't forget, tomorrow is the livestock portion of Achievement Day. 8 a.m. is the weigh-in and check-in of livestock. 9 a.m. the swine weights are due. 10 a.m. goat, sheep, and cattle weights are due. We will try to get started on the swine show about 10:30. We will also present awards for the shooting competition and the ag mechanics competition. Our judge is Don Mitchell. There will be a 30-minute lunch break following the swine show. That will be followed by goats, sheep, and cattle. We will also have a senior recognition of Tyndall Fields as well as Pee Wee Celebrity Showmanship. We will see everybody tomorrow. Again, that'll conclude Friday's festivities for the Achievement Day weekend. Today was the dog show, the rabbit, the poultry, the horse, and the dairy competition, as well as the ag mechanics competition, the various shooting sports. Tomorrow, like I said, we'll start off early with the weigh-ins. Hunter and I will try to be on at around 9:30 or so to present those awards over the air, as well as break down the various shows that are going to be going on the rest of that day. So don't miss out on that. The show is scheduled to start right now at about 10:30. Again, we have a senior recognition as well as that. So don't forget to tune in, and Hunter and I will bring you through all the action. Thanks for tuning in tonight.